who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. And thank you for joining us, whether you're joining us live on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, or possibly you've downloaded the podcast, or maybe you're listening to us on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio. Whatever you're doing, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time to have a little bit of fun with us. Probably some cathartic fun this evening after a little bit of a rough weekend, but we'll get into that in a moment. First, I want to remind you, if you are watching live, throw your comments or questions into the chat. We will get to some of those as the show goes on. And who is with me here this evening? Well, returning from her trip all the way across, it seems like we haven't seen you forever, Commissioner. Commissioner Kayla, welcome back.
Hello.
How are you?
Hasn't been that long, really. Has
I
it?
know it, but it does. It just feels like because we do this every week, and it just feels like
Well,
Anyway,
I
I
guess
missed
when you're
you.
on a holiday, everything flies by way too quickly. You're just like, has it been that long, really?
That's
It
very
feels like
true.
it's been a week.
Hey, you got to watch a win live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. Shocking.
Yeah. So you've been to what? 3 stadiums in the past week and a bit?
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
that's right. Yeah, if you wanna, include Queens in Kingston, 4.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot about that
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, football's my thing. What can I say? It's
That's good.
kind of my life.
Kind of why we have you on the show. What we
Yeah,
like to
kind of.
do. I mean, it's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
well, honestly, I can just say about the football thing and stop there.
No,
No
no.
offense.
It's much more than that. It's much more than that. Also joining us for the show tonight, Linda. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Thanks.
Almost cooled off from that heat wave yesterday.
Right? It was yeah, it was a warm one. I am glad to hear that they could have the game because of course in Edmonton it was still smoky as all get out. And so I was a little worried. I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to get, but yeah, they were able to play the game. So I guess we can decide whether or not we were happy or not they can play the game, but they did. Well,
It
they
they
played might be the wrong word. We'll see.
Yeah, they were there.
They were
They were
there.
present.
Correct. Yes. Both teams were there. So we did find out that. Well, thank you for joining us, Linda. Mike is on the one show list with some other things going on, so he should be back to join us next week. And I guess we better get into it. Game recap. Yes, we do have to recap the game. The Elks, the defense played fairly well, but just couldn't get the support from the other two phases and fell off kind of as the end of the game went on. And so they fall 28-7 to the Stampeders in out of all of the games this weekend, definitely the least classic of the 3 that were played, pretty much by a long shot. Before we get into the actual game part, now the Elks have been pretty good about telling us they've signed players on the day of or right before the podcast, except last week when they welcomed back Jake Julian as a punter, but came out the day after we recorded. So welcome back, Jake. Very, very happy to have you back on the team, and it's through 2027, so a great deal for us. So really, really glad that Jake is back, and it was nice to see him back out in the green and gold there on Monday. So welcome back, which of course means welcome back, Jake Julian's mom, which is outstanding because it's always fun. And of course, one of the best holders in the entire league. We know that because that's what Dean Faithful tells us. So we have to go with that. All right, let's get into the game. Commissioner, let's start with you. Both you and Linda were down at the game. So
Yes.
tell me your thoughts on this game.
I feel like that sigh at the end of the little song that we have should be replaced by a raspberry. I'm like, because that's just how I feel every time. I'm just like, oh, this game was such a dud. Actually, when they started the first quarter, we were down, but it was 4 points. Nothing you couldn't manage. Like, offense was decent, defense was holding their own. Like the first starting drive, I mean, that wasn't the greatest. I think they marched down. Was that like a 40-yard run or something? Or they got to the 50-yard
Oh yeah,
run?
they had a big yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like, I mean, 4 points, very manageable if you're any other team than ours.
At this moment, yes.
At this moment. But yeah, and then going into the second, I mean, Curly had that outrageous like catch and fly or fly and catch, I suppose you could say. But then you get into the red zone and you botch a freaking snap, and you could just like feel that little like shift of momentum. Like, it wasn't an actual it was kind of like a nudge. It was like a ooh, Not a good thing. And then Serezna gets injured. You're like, oh, that's definitely not a good thing. And then you finally get down there. You go for a field goal. You're going to be now 4 point, or you're going to be 1 point down if you get that field goal.
Right. Yeah.
And you miss a field goal from the 32-yard line.
Yeah. 33. I think the 32 was he made, or was it 31 and 32? Anyway, whatever is in there.
And there
Yep.
ain't no wind. Trust me, there was no wind.
I think both of you could say that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, for me, that was the momentum shift, it felt like. And then Calgary got the ball back, 15 seconds left. And what does VA do? Put them in a position to get a field goal, and you have Paradise. So they go up 13-4 for us. And if it was any other team, I would be like, I still felt okay though. I was like, we can rally back, but there was just something about that missed field goal, and then go into the third, and you have 11-ish minutes of possession, and you still can't get anything done apart from a field goal. And then you allow a punt return for a touchdown, and
Yeah.
it just kind of collapsed. And then even in the fourth quarter, you have what, two-ish minutes left. You're on the 5 and you still can't get into the end zone. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It was just like, can we get a touchdown? Just one? Like, we came all the way from Edmonton. Give Section X something to cheer for. Something. And it goes back. I'm just a broken record. Where are the halftime adjustments? Oh my gosh. It's just so frustrating to watch. Yeah.
That's an excellent assessment. And I agree with you. I don't want to say botch snap, because the snap was good, but it was Grahovic moving over that got in the way and timed it wrong, and it went off him. And I think that was
He
a
botched
major
it.
momentum shift, because
Yeah.
that was points on the board, at least a field goal, and then they turned around and went back down. So that was a really tough one for sure. But Linda, what did you see?
Well, I kept a very positive, raw, good fan attitude through the whole first half, despite of those cringe-worthy things, and refusing to think that the TSN turning point could happen like in the first quarter or something.
Fair.
We got a lot of game left. So at halftime, I was still fine. Like, there was nothing we couldn't overcome. And I said to my seatmates, that's going to be some halftime pep talk. Well, turns out it wasn't. I don't know what he said. Maybe he was just doom scrolling on his phone and said, "Carry on, boys," because they did. If anything, they got a little bit worse. So at halftime in Calgary, as you know, I have a long-term bet with JT Hay about Calgary and Edmonton wins and losses and their beer bets. So I always make my way to the other side of McMahon, have a beer or more with JT. And I have never seen the third quarter of a Labor Day Classic since I've met him. And this was no exception. But I did have my butt back in my seat for exactly the start of the fourth. And even though the score had started to get quite lopsided by that point, I was still okay. And I guess I wasn't even mad. I think it was disbelief. Like, how could we not figure out anything more than what we had? Especially, as you say, a couple of soldiers go down like that, and we just didn't make any good adjustments.
Yeah, I think that injuries, I mean, they all happen. And everyone will say they're not an excuse, but you're already down Dunbar Jr. and you're down Robbie Smith. Then you go down Jake Serezna. Then you go down Niles Morgan near the end of the game before they got that last touchdown. You also, for a period, go down Curly Gittens Jr., which was really worrisome because the 5 that we had out there are not world beaters. Good, there's some good receivers, but it's just that it's definitely you have a guy playing that just got signed last week.
But I wasn't using the injuries as an excuse. And Paul and I were talking about this earlier. To us, what it kind of smacked of is maybe this is Ed Hervey territory. Where's the depth?
Right.
Knowing who else is out there and who we let go and who else is getting signed other places. We had some of those guys, and they're exactly who we might have needed to help us get through this and change the game plan. I don't think the guys going down in that game were the problem. We just didn't have much to step up.
Yeah, and I do think I'm maybe playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but I do think that every team has struggled against Calgary's defense this year. It's not
they're
just
beastly.
Like it's not just us. And I said that last week. I'm like, I'm really worried about going up against this defense because they bring a lot of pressure, but they bring a lot of pressure with 4 guys and at points 3 guys, and still breaking through and putting the pressure on Fajardo. I for as much as we did in Ottawa, where we had, 4 sacks and 3 tackles for a loss, that's exactly what Calgary did to us this week. 4 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss, but it doesn't count the number of times they had to pick Cody up off of the turf. Like he was getting pushed around, and I think we kind of got close to Vernon once or twice, but in the first half I thought, oh, they're actually getting some pressure, and it's giving, it's making Vernon have to think about it, and he's missing some passes. And I thought, oh, okay. Like, like I agree with you. At halftime, I'm like, well, if anybody earlier had told me that we'd be down by 9 at halftime, I'd have been like, yeah, okay, that's great. Like we have a shot. That's good. But that defense, man, oh man, they just took over in the second half, and when you miss those early opportunities, when you're close to the goal line, and you miss a field goal, and you give up a punt return, like those things, it's like you just can't have those execution misses against a team that's this good, especially on defense. Is that fair?
And it just, I don't know, to me it feels like you're playing almost like a
high school.
I wanted to give them college, but yeah.
I said it real quietly.
I like how
Fair.
we were like this though, like, but it just feels like you're playing a professional team with a mediocrely, like there's talent there, and you're just like, well, but where is it? Like, did they bury it? Are they hiding it? Are they like waiting for a rainy day? Like, what is going on? Why can't they just get their shisa together? Like, oh, and just that O-line driving me crazy.
It is what they do.
Swiss cheese.
It's up and down, right? And it's like, I love this team, I hate this team. That's what Paul kept texting me, and I'm like, yeah, that's about right. I love this team, I hate this team. When
and like I want to also say too, like I didn't really expect to win. I had a good feeling, but I always do, because I always think I'm an optimist until we get down a certain score, and then I'm like, screw it, whatever. I'm just here to have fun anyway. I knew they were gonna lose, but you just want a competitive team. You just want to keep it close and have a fun game, like those past 2 games with the Ticats and the Argos and the Riders and the Bombers. Like that's what you want on Labor Day. You want intensity. And we kind of had a close game, and then it just fell to like the wayside, and you got a dud, and you're like, this is how you close out Labor Day? Okay.
Yeah. I like I said, probably, well, I titled this Far From Classic, which is,
this is pretty classic, actually.
This is, yeah.
Losing
That's
Labor Day. Classic.
one of the 3 down guys, I believe it was Joel, said, well, a never before seen giant beat down is also a classic of sorts. I mean, but not that this was. It wasn't
Mhm.
quite like that. So
But one of the things, the Calgary fans never changed their pattern. Whether
Okay.
they're winning or losing and whether we're winning or losing, they're the same one note, bordering on greasy, Edmonton hating yahoos, right? And so all we have seeing is they don't change. Like, they never get humble when they're losing. They
Right.
never give credit when we're winning. They're the same. So all we have is a win-loss.
Yeah,
There's
that-
so much more riding on it. And
that's fair.
we left with the loss.
Oh yeah, our team never
Made
stopped
them look old.
stopped cheering. So
No.
Yep. No, and it looked like the bus was fun. Like, it looked like
so much fun. Like, that was the best part about Labor Day, which it always is. It's the people. It's the
Yeah.
adventure. It's the whole journey there and back, and going to tailgate and meeting new people, and doing traditions there, and
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. Like, the game is really just the secondary thing, but you just, when it's Calgary, you want to put up a fight. It's embarrassing, guys.
Well, and like I said, a few of those plays go the other way early on. Maybe it is more of a classic, but the good thing for me is that I thought, other than letting some of the running go a bit early, I thought the defense played pretty well. I thought they did well in knockdowns. I thought they were getting more pressure. For Brinkman, who was a game time decision, he sure pushed back that center quite a bit, and got into the face there for Vernon. So I do want to, I thought that they played really well. I think it was just, it's hard when you don't have that same support. And I thought Cody didn't have a bad game. It's just that he was pressured so much. And as soon as he broke off a couple of those runs, then they started spying him with the one of the 4 at the front.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so then that shut that down, and there was nobody was open. So
You
what are
mean they
gonna
made
do?
adjustments? Wow.
I know, right? I know. The only other thing I want to say about this game is that I was really surprised with all of the injuries, with the way that this offense can work, that there wasn't more packages that had Rankin and Leak on the field at the same time. And both of them can catch, both of them can run. To me, it was like their running was all right up the middle, right up the gut. I'm like, where's the break off the tackle? Where's the, bring the guard around and run up the field? And I just found that wasn't there. And if you have both of them on, at least it's like there's a little more guessing. Who's it going to go to? And so not, I don't want to take anything away from the receivers that we have, don't get me wrong, but I like Arkell Smith had a great game. He was prominent at camp and then got hurt and hasn't really played that big a role, but here, 7 catches and 81 yards on Labor Day. So he did get a chance to play a role, but I think you got to find a way to get those 2 guys on at the same time. And what are you going to do? Run, pass? There you don't know when you have that many more guys out. So I probably thought we would see more of that.
Like, it can't be just occurring to them now that might be a good idea. Why was there not something ready to try?
Well, and they closed practice on Saturday, which, you want to talk about, I love this team, I hate this team. I'm like, you're closing it on the one day that I can go to. I have to work every other day, and you're closing it on Saturday? Like, close it on Friday, dudes. Like, you could do it anyway. it's fine. But I thought that was so that they could work on something. And my thought was, oh, I
Yeah.
bet you they're going to put both of them in the backfield. And they just didn't want that to get out pregame. And then that wasn't the case. So I'll be curious to see what are the things that they worked on last week that they didn't do in this game that they're prepared to do in the game coming on Saturday. And maybe it was one of those things where it's like, well, we're going to save that until we're in front of our own fans, and we'll see how that goes. But I'm maybe that's me being eternally optimistic.
I was going to say, I thought Kayla and I were optimistic, but you just won optimist round one.
I just became Optimus Prime.
You did?
Yeah. On the other hand, so that everyone knows, they are doing a walkthrough tomorrow from 4 until 4:50 or something. So in the afternoon. So I think I might find a way over to that. So we'll see what's going on there. Anything else on this game that you want to chat about?
Great vibe in the stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had two games in a row with a lot of people, and talking to the fans there, and they, even though they don't admit it to us, they have had some not great years, and they're all really fired up with the stadium in stadium vibe, and I have to agree, it was excellent.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, and yeah, they've got a great team on their hands right now, so it makes it easier to be there, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, and at least around us, like the fans were good with the banter. It wasn't like I know on the other side, sometimes we've had some people like actually be threatening towards us, but this time it was like banter, fun, like like you jab at each other, but it's all fun and games. There's sometimes when you go there, it's not fun and games. It is like, I will punch you in the throat and not apologize.
Well, the much like when Ryan comes on, it is banter, it is fun. Yes, he has a lot of his opinions about his team, but he has a lot of fun. And
I have like two like you already brought it up with our Cal Smith playing. I'd like to see him more. And also that Mechie stop on Mechie stop on Dedrick Mills at the 2-yard line or whatever.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Where he just dug in, and
the momentum,
yeah.
I cannot believe, I mean, mind you, they got it in next shot, but I was just like on the replay, holy crap, like Mechie stood up Dedrick Mills, who was like on the go. It was impressive. I was very impressed. So.
I felt like that was the only stop of Dedrick Mills. It was spectacular.
And it was brilliantly done. So
it really was well executed.
Yes.
I was pretty down on Julian Grant again, but really in reconsidering it, how much of it was the pressure on Cody and how much of it was the not being in the right place, I don't know. I'll never know. But the incompletions to Julian Grant were echoing in my head.
Okay. All right. Yep. And I mean, there's a lot of things there that could be going on for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Even just the fact that, Dunbar being our top receiver, then the defense shifts to cover Jeej and Jage, right? And so because they Dunbar's not there, so maybe that makes a difference too, right? So
any number of reasons, as you say. It just
still frustrating, because you're like, come on guys, come on, poke with the stick, come on, you can do it. Yeah, you can do it. I have full confidence. Yeah. Well, full confidence might be a bit much, but you know what I mean. Okay. We do have a roster move to talk about that I am actually very excited about. Today, the team announced the signing of offensive lineman Carter O'Donnell, former Alberta Bear, which is outstanding. 26 years old, so still young in his offensive lineman playing days. 6'5", 313 pounds. He can play both guard and tackle. And I can't remember if he played with Cordy already or Beer, one of them, but they there is some crossover there too.
Because he was a
Now,
bear, right? He was from
Yep.
Golden Bears. Yeah.
Yep. So I am going to say something that I should probably be shunned for, but I do need to kind of give credit to Chris Jones for getting that trade to bring in to get Carter O'Donnell's rights, because now, Chris Morris as the president can bring him home. And I think that's outstanding. And he's had some time in the NFL. So he's going to have to adapt back to the CFL game, the yard off the ball, all those types of things. But another Canadian guy who can play tackle or guard, very welcome. And I don't think he immediately starts, but I think he pushes for a starter position before too terribly long. So
mix it up. You have to.
Yeah, I am a big fan of that move. So that's outstanding. Okay, let's talk about this week, shall we? Because this week is fun. You know what's fun? Tailgate is fun. That's what's fun. And this week it is everyone's favorite. It happens every year. September the 6th. The game is at 5 o'clock. The tailgate starts at 2 o'clock. And it is tacos in a bag. So make sure you are there early. We very often run out, but it is totally worth it to come down, have tacos in a bag, have a beer, have some visiting time before we get into the game. If you really feel like it, maybe, you can be part of Whiskey Club. You never know. If you want to, you come down, ask. You never know what happens. But yes, join us there 2 p.m. on Saturday. Now, what would go with tacos in a bag, you might ask? Well, I know somebody who knows. First down, this beer. All right. Every time, Linda.
So basic.
I know, but it is the greatest beer burp. I think that's what it is. It totally sounds
good, yes.
like, yeah. Good. There's even echo on it. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah.
Although I vote, I put into motion that it's Linda's burp.
Not kidding.
Well, I think they already voted you in for that.
Oh.
I'm
not privy to this.
All right.
So, what do you have for us today there, Linda?
Labor Day rematch. Okay, that's enough about football.
Okay.
Back to the tailgate menu. So, as Andrew just said, taco in a bag, one of my personal favorites. So maybe I lack imagination, but brewers generally don't. We're looking at a good weather day, 20 to 24 degrees Celsius. So not an oven, just nice and pleasant. Perfect weather for a Mexican cerveza.
Ooh.
So I've brought a series of choices.
Series.
So we're going to start with the OG. Modelo Especial. So no, not Corona, tu tanto. Modelo Especial is the Mexican lager, comes in at 4.5 ABV, full-bodied, flavored Pilsner, crisp taste. If you're paying attention and not just swilling it, you might get a bit of orange blossom or honey in there. And the description from the brewer literally says, this beer is perfect for tailgating.
Oh, really?
It does say that. So that is true, except for the glass bottle. So I'm not going to open this one. I'm saving it. But please, if you're having a Modelo, resist the temptation to stick a lime in it. It's just perfect as it is. Okay.
Good tip. Good tip.
Yeah. So next up, my go-to for a Mexican cerveza, also not going to open this one tonight, is Sea Change's Death Wave light lager. The sea changes in Edmonton, 4% ABV, easy, clean drinking, low bitterness. At the 2020 Canadian Beer Awards, it was best light beer.
Nice.
The brewers say, squeeze a lime in it, we won't judge you. But I probably will. It's also fine as is. So I went on a quest to find something I haven't had, and I did find a couple. Friends of this pod seem to like Old Beautiful a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
knocking it out of the park, Linda.
So I am bringing a Brazo Mexican lager from Old Beautiful in Calgary. Lots of people like this brewery, so I'm giving it a go. The brewery says light-bodied, crisp, sweet, refreshing. Let's see.
Oh, it's very light.
Very
Wow.
light. Beautiful carbonation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's very doable.
Okay.
That's easy peasy.
Nothing like Old Beautiful.
Now the beer app Untapped, there's a lot of people I respect post and rate on there, even though it's a very imperfect system. But some people have described that Abrazo from Old Beautiful as perfect and a very crushable patio beer. So can recommend.
Okay.
Should have stopped there, but I couldn't. I'm a huge fan of Analog Brewing in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, to my great surprise, I've not used one of their beers on the podcast. And today I discovered that they have Proxy Cerveza Lime Mexican Lager at 5.5%. Similar descriptors as all the other Mexican lagers, crisp, refreshing, light-bodied, except this one has lime. So
On purpose.
On purpose.
So you don't put a lime in it, it's already there for you.
We should not have to.
Okay.
And the reason people put lime in Corona is because it's a clear bottle and the light gets through within a minute and it skunks it. And so the lime is to cancel out that skunk flavor and aroma that you get. So it's actually a fault. But in North America, we're kind of used to skunky beer. Go figure. But we don't have to be. A little bit darker than the Abruzzo. Not quite as carbonated. Citrus. Okay, I really like that too.
Okay.
So
one of these times you're gonna have one and be like, oh, you did actually. I think the bull, the black bull. I think that was oh god, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. An all-time low. I wish I would have had a brown paper bag with me for that one. And I could have put it over my head afterwards. And just because in good conscience I can't promote 4 lagers, I'm bringing, and I probably won't open it right now, but this is a limited release pumpkin sombrero Mexican stout from Clown Shoes Brewing in Boston, Massachusetts. It's a 7%er that they say should present as spiced, roasty, bitter chocolate, and yes, you guessed it, pumpkin. So I leave it to my hosts to tell me if you want me to try this on air or if we're pretty much done. So,
well, I kind of want you to try it because that sounds interesting.
Sounds amazing.
Like I'm not a huge pumpkin guy, but I know that it just sounds. I did not expect that to come in a beer. Look at how thick that is.
So that is a stout, Clown Shoes sombrero stout.
I want more just from Clown Shoes just because it's funny. What are you having? Clown Shoes? Yeah.
Sounds cannibalistic.
It does. Yeah.
I'm getting the bitter chocolate roast bit of spice, but I'm not getting the pumpkin yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
So it may be okay for everyone else to try.
Okay.
So the Untapped ratings of that one were pretty favorable, except one that said "ew," spelled EUGH. That's a new
Okay.
spelling for me. So even if I didn't like the beer, that's a win. I got a new word out of it. So, and speaking of win, how about the Elks try that on Saturday?
I like this.
Sunday, Coach Killam. Oh my God.
Paul's trying that one.
No. We need the reaction. We need, hey, get your butt back here.
He's not gonna drink.
Oh well, who knew we were gonna have a little Paul interlude there? But here we are. That's outstanding. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Linda. That was awesome. So many of those. I want to try the analog one, and I want to try the old beautiful one.
Definitely. And when in doubt, you're great with that sea change one. So
my God.
Yeah.
Death Wave apologist over here. It is my go-to beer every single time. And the Modelo, I just tried that this year. I do like the Especial, but I like the Negra even better.
Well, that's true, but it wouldn't be for tacos in a bag. It's more
no.
Oktoberfest. It's more of a Munich Dunkel. So
what's the Negra?
It's a Modelo Negro.
Okay.
Yeah,
and it's
brown.
It's a brown. Oh, it's more of a brown. Okay. Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting. All right.
So we'll have to go try one of those together there, Linda.
We will Oktoberfest together.
That wasn't very German. I don't know.
Neither was this.
Here's another. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure we have people who are excited about that. Just or thinking that's yeah. Somebody
it's on brand.
Puzzle Snatcher, is that a pumpkin pie beer? Well, it was kind of, yeah.
No, it's not a pie one, but there are pumpkin pie beers out there.
Oh wow. And was that a fly by Pauling from Chris Agar, which
appalling.
Yeah, exactly. That was wonderful. Cliffy saying Modelo is a great beach beer. It does sound that way. So we'll have to have some of those. Paul, Kilkenny like mouthfeel, no pumpkin, chocolate, and some nice bitterness pairs well with a questionable penalty call. Perfect.
So great for probably Saturday.
Perfect for Saturday. Perfect for Saturday. Oh my goodness. There's so much. We got this earlier too. Can confirm Whiskey Club is a fun time. Yes, it sure is.
It definitely is.
Did you have a Whiskey Club down at the tailgate at Calgary?
That is how our supersize Indiana Jones knew about it.
I see. All right.
Yes.
Doesn't he go by Big Huke? I thought
certainly, but there's lore to that now.
Oh, there is lore to that. Oh, I see. All right then.
So dubbed by one Dwayne Ford, that name.
Oh yes, I did. Yes, that was quite the view on the TV screen. Oh my goodness. All right, we have lots that we can get into there as we get into some questions later. But before we do that, let us talk about this game this coming weekend. Right? We're excited. Optimism. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview. All right, back at it at Commonwealth on Saturday. Elks versus the Stamps, 5:00 start. As we said, the tailgate opens at 2, and it's the return classic, usually the one that is the most filled out for us for the year, and we need everybody there.
Yes.
Need some energy, like you just said, Linda. Calgary has people there, and that energy it feeds for the fans, and we need that in Commonwealth this weekend. We need to have some energy for the team. Let's get behind them and make sure that they understand that we're there to help them get be that 13th man. not the one on the field because we don't want another penalty, but to be the one that's in the stands that helps them to get to that mark. So, and we really need a split out of this. If we want to, have a chance near the end of the season, we're going to need to get this split. So, not a lot of time for adjustments. We already talked about that. Talked about the team doing a walkthrough tomorrow and not a practice. I think they'll do an actual practice on Thursday, but they are trying to let the guys rest their bodies a bit and be healed up enough to play on Saturday. Try to keep healthy, especially lately when we've had some issues with that. So, what are we watching for in this game? Linda, I'm going to start with you.
Well, even the Teletubbies knew about adjustments.
Okay, yeah.
Seriously, even Teletubbies made adjustments.
Yeah.
So, the bodies, the wear and tear notwithstanding, I'm looking for the impact of a motivational pep rally from the coaches. Like, I'm looking for heart. I know that they know what to do, and I know that their bodies by and large can do it. So I'm looking for the spark on all phases.
I like that. And Coach Killam did say after the game, he's like, well, if they're not getting it, then the coaches need to simplify it. And if we need to simplify it, let's simplify it and find a way to execute it. I'm like, okay, I'm behind you, Coach. So
I don't think we do need to simplify. I
just need to execute. That's the thing.
I was gonna say, if they're already going by what looks like a pretty vanilla conservative playbook and that's not simple enough, that's a little worrisome.
That's it. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. Before we get too far, Supersized Indiana Jones saying I was welcome for that TV shot, so that's good. Commissioner, what are you watching for in this game?
I
The eye roll. Not sure that's
Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. Come on, Linda. You have a few of them. Maybe if you just like bury them in the turf, that might help, like the loonies in the ice. I mean, Linda kind of said it. Like, you gotta adjust. This is a team that is, their offense isn't hot, but VA knows how to rally a locker room. I don't know if we have anybody who can rally a locker room, and VA knows how to do that. And they're working with a top tier defense, absolute beast mode. So even if you have like a mediocre to decent or even good offense, your defense is going to pull it through. We don't really have our defense shows sparks of greatness. Our offense will sometimes show sparks of greatness, but it's just at these inconspicuous times, and we don't really know who we are as a team, and that shows. So I don't really know what I'm looking for because I don't even know what this team really is right now. I just want competition. I would like a split. I would love a split. I mean, I have money riding on the Elks for Grey Cup because I'm an idiot and an optimist, and I thought this year was going to go very differently. But I would just like to finish off this season in a good place.
Okay,
and you just have to get better. And I don't really know who this team is right now. And I don't think they do either. And that's their problem.
I think that's, yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Linda.
I was just saying, it just occurred to me, what if that close practice was, they just didn't go?
Well, they were available after. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, possibly. Yeah, I mean, let's not count anything out, but you never know.
They're playing chess right there.
Couple things people are watching. Leanne said, that's not what I wanted. This one right here. Leanne said, I'm on pants watch again. The great news is if they follow fashion rules, no white after Labor Day. Those pants were ew. I guess
new spelling.
New spelling. Yes, exactly. Yeah, the whole white outfit, I I get it. It's not my favorite though. I like more green and gold in my
Fair.
uniform. That's just
I
me.
like the white.
Although, I mean,
Snowball look.
white, it's like we're the good guys, and black, Calgary's the bad guys. It kind of makes sense.
Although with their
Um,
black costumes, they are what 36-2 or something, or 36-12 or something like that.
something crazy.
Ugh.
Yes, they're black costumes. I like that. Paul saying glass 3/4 full perspective. Just eliminate a few mistakes and have Cody more on his game. No special teams TD against, and it's 21-7. Convert the red zone TD, and it's 21-14. That's the initial one where it tipped off of Grahovic. Convert the late red zone TD, and it's 21-21. And I mean, I think that's the thing. There was a lot of play, like those key plays where we just couldn't execute and finish, and that makes the difference in this game, right? So
Yeah, but it's coulda, shoulda, woulda.
yeah, oh, for sure. Of this, Terry says all whites. We had a white flag to match. That was pretty.
We
That's
surrendered for sure.
sad, but true. Little Metallica for you there. Okay, in this game, I am going to be. I want the defense to play the same as they did last week. I am curious to see if Niles Morgan will be able to return or not. It looks like he got dinged. I don't know if he's going to be able to. I'd highly doubt that Jake Serezna is going to be able to play this game. So there'll be a lot more. No, there'll be a lot more pressure on guys like Jared Brinkman and Noah Taylor and Brandon Barlow to find their way into that backfield. Very, very. I mean, I thought the defense mostly had a good game, and if they can find a way to duplicate that, there's a outside chance that Nick Anderson is back in this game, which might be helpful. If Niles can't play, then Joel DeBlanco can move over to Mac, and that's not a bad thing. Joel is really good at. He's not playing badly at will, but at Mac, that's his spot, right? So I wouldn't be upset about that. So I'm really looking forward for that. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I said it earlier. I really would love to see some Rankin and Leak combos. And if they're not going to do something like that, and the offense is struggling, let's have some packages for Trey to go in and move the ball around. Like, I'm not saying that Fajardo isn't the starter. I think he is. I think he's a great leader. I do think that he does give this team the belief that they can win. I just, if it's not connecting for some reason or another, then shake it up, make them think about something else and see if that helps. So those would be the things that I'd be, watching.
Are they plugging in Tanner Green at all?
Yeah, Tanner's there, but he's been blocking, right? But a couple of weeks ago, they used him as a receiver a little bit. And why don't we do more of that? It's like, just, yeah.
We're going to be down
Stephen
Stephen Dunbar and potentially Curly.
Yeah, I think Curly was okay because he finished the game. So
did he? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he's I think he will be back in. I'm not too worried about that. Chris saying Stamps are 33-11 all time in their black outfits. So that's still,
I gave him more credit. Sorry.
Still not great. Yeah. And then, same thing. Supersized Indiana Jones saying again, key plays that turned into major errors. It's one thing to get beat by a better team. Elks are doing too much of beating themselves, and I think we've seen that. I think that is a fair comment for sure. And Leanne saying Fajardo was great. He just forgot to pack his FYJW for that game, and I guess now's the one to pull it out of the bag. Now's the time. Let's do that.
There's your trick play.
There's our trick play. Whatever it is. Yeah. Let's go with that. Okay, let's get into our pick'ems because hey, we get 4 games to pick from again. Yay!
You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's pick'em, it's pick'em, it's pick'em.
Linda, I give you points for picking up Toronto last.
Yes, well done.
Picking Toronto. They never should have won that game. That stupid Hamilton defense wrecked me of my perfect week. Oh, Bastards.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, I don't feel like that's real, but okay. I got the stupid Hamilton. Okay. This so right now, Kayla, you are leading the show at 32 and 18. Mike is at 28 and 22, and I'm at 27 and 23. So I did make up a little bit of ground last week because Mike went 1 for 3 and I went 2 for 3. You also went 1 for 3 there.
Yeah, those
Kayla.
are the worst week so far.
That's all right. I mean, I need some of those so that I can get back into this and keep it close. I want this to be a Pick'em's classic. Let's do that right at the end. Oh, there's no way he can win. Woo! Last minute field goal. I win. Okay, this week we have some good ones to pick from. Pick one. Yikes. Let's start out in the capital where the BC Lions are visiting the Ottawa Red Blacks. Linda, who do you have in this game?
Ottawa.
Oh, Ottawa.
I
Really?
did. Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? But now, what leans you towards Awato? Do you
Uh,
stand behind the sign?
well, Ryan seemed terribly whiny that Calgary was the only team they could beat. I didn't want him to keep feeling so badly.
Nice. Nice.
You know, no, I tend to say if you can't win them all, win at home. And so I think Ottawa is due.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Commissioner?
BC going out east, but they're
Correct.
coming off a bye, but so is Ottawa.
So is Ottawa, correct. They're both coming off the bye.
I feel like this is the week where I'm going to pull a lot of audibles, but
wow.
I think I might say Ottawa as well.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
And just because if I'm going to be optimistic, it's if we can keep BC from winning games. We have
that's fair. That's fair. I didn't get Mike's picks before the game, but I'm sure he'll send them over to me before too long. But I am picking BC in this game. I just think a full week to prep with Buck Pierce and Nathan Rourke against a secondary that struggles a little bit with the long pass. That's got BC written all over it in my mind, but we shall see. My mind has been wrong lots this year, as we know. I'm last in the standings, so that's how that works.
Drew Brown's out for the year, right? Or do we
Is
know
he out
yet?
for the year? I didn't think so.
Who?
Drew Brown for Ottawa. I didn't think so.
I don't think it's for the year.
No, it's not for the year. Well, the year's almost over. Let's be honest.
Actually, after this week, we are 2/3 of the way through the season.
Yeah,
so we're
that's wild.
I know it's gone by fast. So our next game, Hamilton is visiting Montreal. Kayla, you get to pick first. What are you picking here?
What is Alexander's? Is he back yet?
Is he back? We don't know for sure.
I swear to God, like if Hamilton cannot beat a third string quarterback in the Alouettes, that'd be funny. But
it would be. Yep.
Oh my gosh, I might pick Hamilton. I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
Write it down. Write it down. This is what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
These are my audibles, my mulligans, whatever.
I wasn't sure you were locking it in there. All right.
Well, because I'll keep wishy-washing if I don't.
This one will probably be an audible for me, depending on when I see the depth charts. But right now, I'm picking Montreal to win at home and find a way to make the East even more interesting as they get closer to Hamilton. So, Linda, who do you have in this one?
Well, I find myself surprised that I'm in that position of can they both lose, please? On the one, we've got my most despised criminal player. And on the other, we've got my most despised, possibly not a criminal, but still a wank player. And I just don't know what's going to tip the scale. I guess I could go for the cousin's kid playing on Hamilton, but I think it'll probably be the home team that wins.
All right. Well, we'll go with that then. We'll lay out Montreal. Then we've got the Banjo Bowl. A very, very close game last week, which Saskatchewan pulls out on a really big play at the end of the interception going back for the convert. Crazy that Winnipeg brought it back that close. Like it was just nuts. Sounds like Schoen is out again. It looks like he got injured on that particular play, and it was non-contact. So who knows what's going to happen there. So they're flying high right now. I am going to pick the Riders to get the sweep, which really bothers me, but that's all I can do. So Linda, what do you think?
Winnipeg.
All right.
Yeah, I think they'll split that series. So.
Okay. And then Kayla, who do you have in this one?
Well, on the hopes that we can keep Winnipeg down on points.
I know.
Saskatchewan I don't think they've steered me wrong yet this year.
Okay.
Maybe one time, maybe, but I will also take the Riders.
Yeah. Okay. I know it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
I need some holy water.
Yeah. All right. We need some prep bats here. Let's see what we can find in the chat. If you have a prop bet for us, throw it into the chat. We are going to pick one here. Let me just see here if I can find. Here we are. Okay, Jerry with one again. Longest single punt by Jake Julian. Ooh, that's a fun one. Then we have Chris saying Ottawa, Hamilton, Saskatchewan, and then snaps with Trey Ford on the field. Something's got to change when quarterback one is struggling. Okay. All right. Then let's see here. Oh, Cliffy did say that Davis not yet. So I'm guessing that's where that is. Jerry said announced attendance as a prop bet. Interesting one.
They won't announce.
No, but there'll be something in the stats one way or the other. They have to put something in there.
There's like CFL stats geeks. They'll announce it.
They'll have it. Yeah. Bot prep. I love how it changes like every time. It's fantastic. Total return yards, hoping for an Elks TD run back. Wow. Okay. Now, total return yards for the Elks or total return yards, both teams is, I guess, one of those things that we have to ask. Supersized Indiana Jones with the prop being an Elks special teams or defensive TD, if that's a yes or no. And then a prop bidder. Total number of Rankin and Leak receiving yards. Oh my, we are getting some detail on these prop bets. So Linda, I think you picked last week, so Kayla, you get to pick this week. So was one of those, did one of those stand out for you?
What was last week?
Last week it was total passing yards with both teams combined.
I just want to do something a little bit different that we haven't really touched on yet. So
let's see. Rankin and Leak receiving yards combined would be a little bit different. Getting an Elks special teams defensive or defensive TD. That's kind of a yes or no. I don't know if we did total return yards before or not. I think so. I have them all here. I can double check.
What was he?
Nope, nothing.
Because we did a kicking one like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
We did longest single Elks return, but we haven't done one for actual kicking.
Oh.
Yes, we haven't done that yet. We haven't done an attendance. I know that.
Well, how about in honor of Jake returning?
Okay. Longest Jake Julian punt. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my. All right. Is there going to be any wind on Saturday? I'll need to know that.
I'll check
Just
right now.
put some refried beans in the taco in a bag.
That's make sure. Yeah. We'll all help him along. I bet over. We're all, yeah, it's not really going to work. Okay. Jake Julian's longest punt on Saturday, over or under 64 and a half yards.
I was going to say 64.
Oh,
Oh.
that was his longest punt in this last game. And I know that, that like that was the one that he outkicked his coverage. So we'll have to see, but I'm going to go with 64 and a half. So
winds are south-southeast at 15 to 25 clicks.
oh, okay. Well, that might help a little. We'll see. Yeah. Okay.
I wonder what Halsey's guy says. Halsey's always got a guy doing this.
You don't say. A guy, really.
Got a guy.
All right, Linda, what do you think?
Gosh, look what you just did to me.
Right? Thanks, Taylor Swift. Oh no, that's Look What You Made Me Do. That's what I mixed it up. Yeah.
I often mistaken with her. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say 64, but I'm going over.
Okay. All right then. Commissioner.
I am over too.
Oh, well then. All right. And I'm gonna go under.
Not
just to try
us?
and have a chance to catch up to you. No, I feel like there was going to be a conversation about put it in like the 60, 62, like 60 range. Don't go too far because we want to make sure our guys can get there and bang, right? So
Fair.
I feel like that might happen, but you never know. Jake, sometimes when he has to get a hold of one to get that single point to win a game, he doesn't let up, and then it's like 70-yard punt, and or it takes a bounce in the right direction. You just never know.
A bit of wind that just sails it ever so slightly.
Absolutely not a reflection of what I feel Jake Julian can do. It's just what I feel like is going to be kind of the rules of this particular game. So we will go with that. Jerry saying there was always wind at Commonwealth, and we have an over from Cosmic Rhubarb. We have an over from Jerry. We've got an under from Kobe and an over from Big Uke. So
I think that makes Leanne and I are matching.
You're all matchy?
Yeah.
Look at you guys go. Oh, fantastic. That's amazing. All right. Well, that was there's some fun bets and things in there. I'm gonna go back to the beginning here, see if there's a couple of chats that or questions here that we can take. It seems like a tough outcome, but a great day by those on the fan buses,
So
and
fun.
it did sound like the fan buses were great. I hope I can do that. Leanne welcoming back both Jake and Jessica. CFL Pants Watch is alive again, which is outstanding. Ken actually got me here because I forgot to put this in here because I was racing to do the show notes before we started recording, that the Elks also did sign their global defensive lineman, that they picked up a third overall in the draft, and it is I'm going to say his name wrong. Let me just pick it up here so that I can make sure I say it correctly. It is is he not on the Jabuner is how you say his last name. So from Nigeria, but now on the defensive line there. So we will be very good there. So thank you for catching that, Ken. I appreciate it. All right, so let's see. What did Leanne say here? Just felt like they all got up in their heads again and found another way to lose. Stamps are good, but not undefeatable. Perhaps they need some sports psychology sessions. maybe.
I have a 10-foot long couch. I'm happy to start bringing them in.
Not only that, but you have ball on a stick. Maybe that will help them. I mean, that you never know. It's the power of ball on a stick. Yes.
Preach.
Yes. And now let me just see here. Here from our good friend Brian. Here's what I see. Both the Lions and the Elks are clearly on a lower level than the three teams above them. And I think it's at this particular moment, I would agree, but I do think that at any point, the bottom four could maybe the bottom three could shuffle, because if something starts to click, like if BC's offense starts to really get going, like they could start winning a bunch of games, right? Because I think they have a very powerful offense and a offensive coordinator and head coach that really knows how to run an offense well. So I wouldn't ever rule them out. Winnipeg can play very well, but they also they can be decimated by injuries and drop down very quickly. And they've had games where it's just like, this isn't the same Winnipeg that we're used to seeing. And Edmonton, as much as we have, a tough record again, this is all brand new. And like you said earlier, Kayla, like they don't really know who they are yet, but what happens if they figured it out next week? Next thing you know, it might just start clicking. So I think they're kind of, those bottom three are interchangeable. I don't know if I'd say the bottom two are in a different depth, but I do think that it could switch between the bottom three. Calgary and Saskatchewan right now are playing their minds out. I mean, Calgary hasn't lost in the West yet, and that's a huge advantage for them. So, I don't think we've won a game in the West yet. I think all three of our wins were against Eastern teams: Montreal, Toronto, and Ottawa. So that could be, makes a pretty big factor in how this all gets going. So, Brian also saying Jalen Hutchings, I'm pretty sure, is a nasty piece of business to deal with. Guy is a monster, and I agree. That's craziness. Just that front four is nuts for Calgary. I am, and then they can substitute in Wiley, and he's also great. Like it's crazy how good they are. Peter Van Deen's from Facebook saying, what about Trey? And that's what I was saying, is that I hope we get to see, I think we need to see some packages just to switch it up a little bit, make it a little bit different. Daryl McMahon, I don't know if he's actually named after the stadium or not, but he did say it was great to see all the EE fans there, and that Stamp fans filled the dump that bears my name. Okay, so there you go. I'm guessing not directly related, but yeah. So it was a good. I'm glad to see a lot of people there. And like I said, I'm glad to know that there's a lot of like there was good energy, like you said, Linda. Like I think that was good. Let me just scroll down here to see here. Cliffy saying no pumpkin flavor in the pumpkin beer is the very definition of clown shoes. Just no, there's some more clown shoes right there.
So
right.
what do you think though, Linda? Is it like a yay or a nay?
Well, to me, it just tastes like an American stout. A little bit chocolate or coffee, a bit roasty bitterness. I'm not getting the pulp that I was expecting.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Oh, Cliffy with another winner. It's not Daryl McMahon. Points. That was pretty good. That is pretty good. Paul also throwing in ball on a stick and Paul on a couch. So there we go. That's I mean, I don't know how we wrap up the show any better than that. I mean,
Yeah, but if
Paul
we keep talking, I don't have to go out there and see him.
You
No,
might want to go out and see what he's hiding in your apartment now.
That's
Like
true.
you just
true.
never know what it is. Yeah. There's been many suggestions, I know, but I don't know what he's hiding now. All right. Well, this was a ton of fun as always. Thank you to all of you for joining us. It was great to see some new faces in there. You know, tell your friends, come and have some fun with us as we talk some football and beers and prop bets because, hey, that's a lot of fun. Oh, good. Daryl saying that heard that more than once. Yeah, I can only imagine. But thank you for joining in. It's always a blast to have everybody here as we get to chat. Make sure you follow our friends at Pay It Forward with Football. They have an event coming up here in October. Morley and Dave will be hosting once again. There will be EE players and alumni there. So make sure you go and grab your tickets and help to spread kindness because we need more of that in this world. Linda, where does everybody find you on social medias and things?
On Instagram at TrueBrew42.
Wonderful. And Commissioner?
On Twitter at Duchess Lombardi.
Nice. Do you want to do Mike's? Can you remember them?
Nope.
Okay, then I'll do them. All right, find our friend Superfan Mike at 56 Parkies or the Edmonton History at EDMHISTOREE. That's right. That one. You can follow me at Free Policious in the show at the Turf District on all of your different social channels. Make sure that you join into the huddle with us there because, hey, we want to talk more football. So, and of course, come and join us this Saturday, 2 p.m. Tacos in a bag. It's our biggest tailgate of the year, usually. Tons of people there, lots of fun, a great laughs before we get into the game. We will be back next Tuesday night to talk about the game and set up our next game, which I believe is the game against Toronto, if I have that correct in my head.
Hamilton or Toronto?
Little teaser on that one is that it looks like Chad Kelly was talking about being back for the game against Edmonton. So even more drive for us to win the game. I don't understand why you'd take out Arbuckle at this point when he's playing so well, but that's just me. Yep. Anyway, whatever. If that makes them lose, I'm quite happy with that. So let's go with that. So that's a little teaser for coming up next week. Join us on Tuesday night at 7:30 as always. 7:30 Mountain, I should say. So for Linda, Commissioner Kayla, Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.